or so. The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. And we welcome you inside the gym here at Cornell High School in Coraopolis. It's Charger basketball as the boys will be taking on the Union Scotties in a huge section matchup. Pleasant good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's staying warm, ready for Christmas. Merry Christmas, by the way. I'm OLSH alongside Coach Don Militzer, bringing you the action tonight in a huge game with the Union Scotties, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about tonight, Al, and pleasure to be my first time broadcasting here for basketball. As much as I love football, growing up as a Catholic school kid, you played basketball from kindergarten all the way through. So love being a part of the game and love being around it. But looking forward to tonight. I think it's a great showdown of two legendary coaches and coaches that want to play the game the right way. Both of these coaches stress fundamentals, hard-nosed basketball. And, you know, I'm looking forward to a dogfight tonight.
Well, the Scotties come in ranked number 5 in WPIL and 2A. And they come in with a record of 7-1. They're 2-0. They're undefeated in section play. It's early in the section season. Chargers come in with a 5-1 record. They're a 1-1 as they lost that game to Neshannock, but came back with a victory against Laurel. So a battle of could be two of the top 3 teams in this section tonight.
Yeah, I would say so. I think this is a big game for both teams. I think Union, if they can get a win, puts them 3-0 and winning on, you know, what's considered a road game, even though we're at a neutral site. But, you know, going 3-0 in this section for Union would be huge. And for the Chargers, I think, you know, they bounced back with a big win against Laurel the other night, but I think they have a lot to prove after, you know, I know they weren't happy after the Neshannock performance. So should be a really good game tonight to kind of, whatever team wins this one, I think puts them in a nice position early on in section play.
Absolutely. Just game notes for the Chargers. Just a reminder that Gino Williams out for the season with that knee operation, and Van Cavels is back. He played against Laurel, but he's out of the lineup tonight. He's out of town. So he'll be back for the trip to Canton, which, by the way, the OSN will be out there in Canton with them. We'll be bringing you those 2 games from out in Canton with the boys. So that should be exciting. But no Van Cavels tonight. It's going to be Patty inside for the Chargers.
Yeah, and I think Patty's up for the challenge.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of maturity in him through this early part of the season. I think last year he was obviously good defensively and could grab rebounds and block some shots, I think, but his offensive game has improved tremendously early in this year. And there's a big size advantage. I think Union's tallest starter is, you know, they have a lot of guys that hover in that 5'11" to 6'2" range. So this could be a game where Patty could really make a difference inside. And clearly they'll miss K-balls, but, you know, Patty, this is a game that he can really establish himself.
Yeah, he's really come on being the man, so to speak, inside for the Chargers. If he has one weakness, he's not. I don't think he needs to be more aggressive in the paint. But it seems to be improving every game. I see him making some moves in the paint the last couple games, and I'm thinking, ooh, that's nice. That's a Van Cavels-like move, and so good things for Patty. You look at these 2 teams, and they match up pretty well points-wise. Points for Union is averaging 58 points a game. The Chargers averaging 53.5 points a game, so that's pretty even. Union's used to giving up some points, though. They've given up an average of 49 points a game. The Chargers being stingy, as Coach Rodriguez team will be, averaging, giving up a little bit more than 32.5 points. So, again, I think that washes out, and it's a pretty even game. I think it's going to be an even game, a fun game to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the end of the day, you're going to see both teams that, like we mentioned earlier, these coaches want to play fundamentally sound basketball. And, you're going to see two teams that will battle it out on the defense end of the ball, and it's going to come down to who can make contested shots. There won't be a lot of open looks tonight, would be my guess.
Yeah.
I think both of these teams will challenge shots, and really looking forward to see if this could be a game where Patty Altmaier breaks out a little bit and, puts up a double-double kind of night, and that could be a huge difference for OLSH.
Well, we've talked about it all season. The Chargers really don't have any home games. This is a pseudo home game here at Cornell. Again, we want to thank Bill Sacco and the staff here at Cornell for letting us play here with our issues at the AAC, getting everything back in order. Hopefully by the end of the year, next year, we'll be ready to go. But yeah, it's all road games for the Chargers, both the boys and the girls this year. And so far, both the teams have been they've handled it pretty well. I mean, you got to admit, you can't just go to your gym and go to your locker and get your stuff ready. You got to pack everything up on the bus and head up here to the school.
It's a different kind of year, and I know from a coaching perspective, it does change your preparation quite a bit. I mean, at every game, you're getting on a bus, like you said, Al, and that changes your preparation. It changes your game day experience and when you leave and all those things. So, it's definitely something that both the boys and the girls have adjusted to really well, and our fan base has done a great job. I mean, you see the students here tonight, and the games that I've been able to go to, the students have been involved in there, and that's important. And again, a huge thank you, Cornell, Moon
as well,
Rocks.
right?
I mean, they've done a great job opening their doors to us and helping us through this situation. And at the end of the day, I think I speak for everybody in the Charger community. I can't wait to see what the new gym looks like.
Exactly. And we talk about game situations, getting on a bus for the games. You think about it, they still have the back gym to practice in, but that's not like a real wood floor gym. Plus we got two teams. Normally, you'd have one team in the back gym, one team up on the front gym. I mean, they're practicing late at night because the girls are first or the boys are first, and the other team has to come in. So, I mean, it affects the practice schedules as well. And you mentioned Stowe Rocks. We've gone to Stowe Rocks Middle School to practice. I mean, it's all over, and these kids have just taken it in stride.
Well, and I think, too, you mentioned something that's really important with the Chargers basketball program. We're blessed to have a lot of kids that want to play.
Right.
He has to trim the roster every year, but he still keeps quite a few kids. So it has affected his practices. If you go to a Coach Rodriguez practice, they're organized. But like you said, there's teams that are split on the different court. And, it does affect the way you practice when you're squeezing everybody onto one court and you have to do things a little differently. But, again, they've responded really well. And, the other thing people have to realize as Charger fans is this is a new section. I know this is a section we've been in the past, but the past 2 years we haven't seen these teams. So it's a learning experience as far as knowing these opponents as well. So, and we get to do that again tonight with Union. And there's been some battles with Union on the football field for sure in the past. And there's no love lost between the programs. I know Union's Coach Stanley, a wonderful coach, but he'll have his boys extra fired up tonight.
Yeah, and that goes both ways. I mean, you mentioned it. And anytime we make, I know for football, anytime we make the trip up there to Union, it's a jam-packed place, and it's the rivalry is there, and it seems like Coach Rod is back in his old section. All the teams up there in Newcastle with Laurel and Neshannock and Union. I mean, the three schools up there, and they're all doing well this year. So it's not hard to get fired up for this one.
No, not at all.
All right, you know what? We got a minute. Let's look at these starting lineups for these two teams. First for the Union Scotties, who come in. They're head coached by Mark Stanley. And he'll send this lineup out to face your Chargers. Starting in the guard position is, you mentioned it, Coach, 5'11 senior, number 1, Maddox Thompson. Another guard is, we got him at a forward, is 6'2 senior, number 2, Lucas Stanley. And I believe you were mentioning before we came on. I think this is the last in the long line of Stanley's, is it not?
I don't know, unless Coach has some more at home we don't know about. But Coach Stanley's boys are just like him, man. They're tough kids. They play hard. I enjoyed watching his twins play on some of those runs of the Peterson Event Center. So interesting to see. I'm guessing little brother got beat up a little bit, so he's probably a pretty tough guy here. So looking forward to watching him tonight.
Starting in another guard position is a 6-foot sophomore, number 5, Landon Eckert. At a forward position is a 6'3" sophomore, number 11, Jordan Kelly. And at center is a 6'1" senior, number 32, Jamel Mitchell. For the Scotties, led by Coach Mark Stanley, it's Thompson, Stanley, Eckert, Kelly, and Mitchell. If we switch it over to the Chargers, it's the usual suspects so far this year for Coach Mike Rodriguez's Chargers. Starting in at guard is a 5'11" junior, number 1, Austin Avsek. Another guard at 6 foot, he's a senior, number 11, Luca Grasafi. At a forward position is a 6'3" junior, number 22, Jake Johnson. Another guard position for the Chargers is sophomore 6'3", number 23, Tiernan McCullough. And we talked about him in pregame. Starting at center is a 6'7" junior, number 34, Patty Altmar. Again, for the Chargers, it's Avsek, Grasafi, Johnson, McCullough, and Altmar. And you know, we talked about the Chargers, and I think a key for the Chargers is, and it has been all year, is their guard play. Grasafi and Avsek have really put the pressure on the opposing team guards, bringing it up the court, really causing turnovers. I think that needs to continue here tonight.
Absolutely. When you know, it changes a basketball game when you put pressure on the ball. When you're picking up pressure half court, it changes the offense and getting into the offense, and just can throw a team off a rhythm when you have aggressive guards that can play hard and stay out of foul trouble. And I think both of those guys have done a good job doing that as well. So anytime you have that, it puts a lot of pressure on any team.
Tell you what, we'll step aside and we'll come back with the opening tip, maybe the national anthem. We'll catch a part of that, but don't you go away right here on the OLSH Sports Network as we pause for the cause.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome.
What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting and faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
My name is Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year of teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Ortechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezzio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, that's all taken care of. We will, while they're introducing the players, which we already did. There you get to see us good-looking guys, right?
Yeah.
So, Coach, we talked about it. Union comes in 7-1, looking to go 3-0 in section, and that would put them like a step above everybody else. This huge game for both teams. The Chargers need to beat Union to keep pace with them, basically.
Absolutely. I think this is a huge game for the Chargers, and we said it earlier, especially coming off the Neshannock loss. I mean, you got to figure with everything that we're seeing so far early in the season, those are the three top teams in that section. So every game against those common opponents is huge when those three are playing each other. So this would be a huge bounce-back game for the Chargers. Again, great game against Laurel, but this one, you're competing with one of the top teams in the section for sure.
All right, getting ready to get things going here.
It's a physical-looking bunch for Union. 32, the center, Al, is Jamel Mitchell. He is all-conference football player. A lot of accolades as a defensive end. So definitely know that a lot of these guys for Union do double duty with their football team. That's been a pretty competitive group.
And it's getting ready to go. You see Union in their blue and white, Chargers in their home white, gold and purple trim, and the Chargers end up with the ball. We are underway here at Cornell High School. It's Austin Avsek controlling with his right-handed dribble. Hands off now to McCullough. Down the lane he goes. Followed by Altmar, no good. And it's Stanley comes down with it. He'll bring it up the court himself.
Kind of what we expected out early with the hard man-to-man defense.
Stanley nails, yeah, and Stanley nails the three. Gives the Scotties a 3-0 lead here early. Grisafi brings it up. A lot of ones in the backcourt for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Into the corner, out to Johnson. Johnson, an open three. Jake rattles it in, and it comes back out. This time the rebound's brought down by Kelly. Here comes Stanley up ahead to Thompson. Back to Stanley, and they'll slow it down. All the way across court on the baseline. Good pass there. Mitchell has his shot deflected. Here comes Grisafi for the Chargers. Headman pass. McCullough lays it up and in, and the Chargers are on the board.
Great ball movement there by the Chargers. And there's that pressure you talked about.
Stanley ends up with it. He'll go down the lane. He gets fouled going to the hoop. Blocking foul. Looks like Altmar's going to pick it up for the Chargers. Yep, it's Altmar with his first foul. He's talking to the clock operator. He says this is a new board for him. He says he's not used to it. He says he may not be able to get the player fouls up on the scoreboard. So
always learning experience.
Yeah. Stanley gets the first, and it's Lucas Stanley, 5 as he gets them both. And the Chargers, too. Here comes Avsek. McCullough. Altmar back to McCullough. McCullough, he'll launch a three. Tiernan off the rim. Altmar hands it off to Avsek, and the Chargers will reset. 6:15 to go here in the first. Just underway. Glad you could join us here on the OLSH Sports Network. Avsek down the lane, kicks it out. Johnson, baseline drive, off the glass, and it rolls in.
Great job penetrating there by Austin.
Another turnover. Chargers end up with it. Little ball movement there. Johnson on the baseline again. Kicks it out. Avsek with the 2-3. Avsek drains the 3. And the Chargers take the lead for the first time.
There's that pressure again out, paying dividends for the Chargers.
It's been their game. Eckert comes in. Jug his foot. Turnover. Charger ball. With 5:33 left here in the first.
Great sequence by the Chargers. Again, they're putting that pressure with Avsek and Grisafi, forcing turnovers.
Avsek will walk it across. Looks like he's got spats on with his shoes. This is great. Avsek kicks it out. Johnson thought about the 3. He'll go in off the glass. Can't get it to go. And it's Stanley to clear the glass for the Scotties. Lucas Stanley. He travels. Good tie up there by the Chargers, causing that travel.
You can tell in the early going, too, everything seems to go through Stanley here for Union. Not a surprise, coach's son. You can tell he's a smart player.
Quick 3 on the way. Hard off the back. And it goes in. A shooter's roll. McCullough with the 3.
A big shot out. We need Tiernan to get going in the scoring column.
Kelly brings it in, taken away. McCullough loses it out of bounds. Good hustle there by McCullough. Unfortunately, he couldn't control it going out of bounds. You got to applaud the enthusiasm and the effort there. As the Scotties will burn a timeout, a 30-second timeout. Want to remind everybody, if you want more information on the OLSH Chargers for rosters, stories, and more, visit www.olshathletics.org. Special thanks always go out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. Also want to remind you, we're back on the air tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock as the girls are in action in the PBC Classic over in Ambridge. We'll be taking on the Hopewell Vikings at 1 o'clock. Doc Quinn will be on the mic with me.
Girls off to a great start as well.
They really are. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Really excited to see Tiernan get a couple shots. He's got 5 in the early going here. I know last year when we started to go on a little bit of a run, Tiernan was a kid that was a big part of the offense. So to see him get going early is big positive for the Chargers.
Eckert's going to throw this one out of bounds. Unforced turnover, Charger ball. Again, that defense, Coach.
Are they saying it hits him?
No, the Charger will get it there because it went out of bounds with nobody touching it.
Good defense causes a frustration level when teams out.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first. Chargers doubling up on the Scotties at this point, 10-5. There's McCullough over on the wing, back to Avsek, slowing it down, the half-court game. Grisafi directing some traffic. Avsek and Grisafi play catch.
Union's dropped back into his zone now, Al, after a lot of man-to-man early.
Yep. Grisafi thought about the 3. He finds Johnson over in the corner. He'll get the 3. Eckert trying to break the D. Another turnover. Grisafi comes away with it. He'll go up off the glass. He draws the foul. He'll be shooting a couple.
Again, that pressure out, it's impressive. For Union, they're going to need to find another ball handler. It seems that no one else is stepping up to grab the ball. It's Stanley, and he needs to get some help. If not, these 2 guards could have a field day for the Chargers.
Luca misses the first. The foul was on Landon Eckert, his first, team's first for Union. Grisafi goes 1 for 2. And it's a 9-point game for the Chargers. Stanley brings it across the timeline. Mitchell Out to Eckert. Jump shot long two, no good. Rebound brought down by Thompson. Eckert, air ball. Couldn't be saved by the Scotties. Charger ball. You can see it, Don. They're forcing Union to take shots that they really don't want to take.
Absolutely. And that, again, the pressure D gets them out of whack, and everything seemed to run through the perimeter. They haven't really tried anything down in the paint yet, and that could be the Patty effect. Patty's had a few offensive boards and some nice plays on defense early here.
And a block shot, yeah. Grisafi now works it. Johnson up top of the key. 3 on the way. Off the iron, no good. It's Eckert will come away with it for the Scotties. Stanley will bring it across the timeline. Works against Luka Grisafi. Eckert to Stanley. Back to Eckert in the corner. Stanley will have it. Hounded immediately, and a foul by Austin Avsek. Second foul on the Chargers. First on Austin. Coming into the lineup for the Chargers is Owen Minzer. Avsek will have a seat. And Eckert up on the logo. Hands it off to Stanley. Eckert thought about the 3. Back to Stanley. It goes long 3. Rattles around, and Altmaier is there to clear the glass.
Little hesitation on Eckert's part after a couple misses. I know he's one of their shooters. Hesitation down the court that time.
Minzer. Tiernan McCullough, 3 on the way. And it's nothing but net.
Up to 8 points already for Tiernan.
Stanley now works against Minzer. Eckert. Hands it off to Mitchell. To Thompson. Thompson, close to that 5 seconds. Good defense there to pass it around the perimeter. Thompson goes into the paint, underhand layup, and it rolls in. First points in a while for the Scotties, and it's a 10-point game.
First time the Scotties really penetrated it all, too, Al.
McCullough thought about the 3, instead goes to Johnson up top. Different look here for the Chargers offensively. Grisafi to Johnson. Out to McCullough. Grisafi inside to Altmaier. Looking for some help, gets it out to Minzer. Thought about the 3, goes over to McCullough. In the corner, getting trapped all the way across to Grisafi. What they call 3 seconds?
Walk.
Oh, he
Walk
traveled.
on Jake. He shuffled that foot a little bit going in there, and it's a shame. We had a great ball movement on there. He had a chance at an open look, but just dragged that pivot foot a little bit.
Moses and Avsek check in for the Chargers. Eckert throws it up. Thompson into the paint. Kicks it back out. Eckert, 3 on the way. Hard off the iron. Rattles around and tipped back in. I think Stanley got that tip in.
Again.
Avsek slows it down. Under 90 seconds to go here in the first. Minzer to Avsek. They work it around. 3 on the way. Rolls around on the rim. Comes out of bounds off the Chargers. It'll be Scotty ball. 1:17 left here in the first.
A 2-2-1 press again now.
Yep. It's worked so far. Thompson dribbling through it. Kicks it into the corner to Mitchell. Minzer on him. Thompson short on his shot. Put back. No good. Brought down by Minzer. Owen Minzer brings it up the court quickly. Under a minute to go. He'll slow it down. Cross court to Avsek. Inside, Tommy Moses has the ball knocked away. And it's going to be a foul on the Chargers. So I think Tommy Moses is going to pick it up. Yep. Altmaier and Grisafi check back in as Minzer and Moses go have a seat for the Chargers for the final 49. Eckert brings it up. Thompson into the paint. Hands it off to Mitchell. I don't think Mitchell was ready for that. but he puts it up and makes it good. And it's a 6-point game. Here come the Scotties. 30 seconds to go here in the first. Avsek looks like he's playing for the final shot. Down to 15. Grisafi to Avsek. Into the corner, Johnson. Open three on the way. Man, he drains it again. Johnson with another three.
Big shot there by Jake.
It's back to a 9-point game. Eckert almost had it taken away. Long three at the buzzer, no good. And that's how the first quarter ends with the score, the Chargers 20 and the Scotties 11. Hey, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11, you're invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. You'll be assigned an OLSH or a Charger ally, which is your host for the day. You'll attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Register for your experience today at www.olsh.org/visit. Hey, do your holiday shopping with gift cards purchased through Raise Right. You got to do it quick because Christmas is coming up quick. The Athletics General Fund receives a percentage of each physical and e-gift card bought by our program participants. Visit www.olshathletics.org and check under the fundraisers section in the Fan Zone tab for more information. Here we go, quarter number 2. In the paint, blocked away by Altmar. Rejects the shot from Kelly. Here come the Chargers, baseline drive. That one's rejected out of bounds. Kelly returns the favor.
That was Mitchell, actually.
Oh, was it?
It was Mitchell on that.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
They were both over there. Good eyes. Into the corner, Avsek. He'll go in amongst the trees. Tried to get it to Altmar, taken away by the Scotties. A 2-on-1 develops. It's Thompson, little Euro step, can't get it to go, followed by Stanley. He puts it up and in.
He's all over the place for them, Al. That's 9 for him.
He's their go-to guy. No doubt about that.
9 out of the 13 for the Scotties.
Johnson in the corner. Gets it to Altmar. Back to Johnson. 3 on the way. And he puts it in again. That's got to be at least 3 threes for him. Here comes Eckert. Hands it off to Stanley.
That's 3 for Jake. He's up to 11 points.
Stanley, top of the key. Still with it. Pull back jump shot. Short. And it's McCullough comes down with it. Here come the Chargers. Under 7 to go here in the half. Into the corner, Grisafi. Thought about the 3. They get it into Johnson. Baseline drive. Kicks it out. McCullough. Into the paint. Floater. Tried to follow. Doesn't go, but he draws the foul.
Great job there by Patty to crash those boards. Thought that was a shooting foul, though, Al. He was going for the tip.
Whole Charger bench yelled that was a shooting foul, and the official said, no, it was on the floor.
Understandable. Tough call when you're going for a tip there.
McCullough to Johnson in the corner. Jake
and Tiernan both definitely feeling it. Like to get them a shot here.
Yeah, those two really play a good game on the inside. And the thing is both of them can come outside, too. There's turnaround jump shot by McCullough from the free throw line.
He's up to double digits as well now with 10.
Eckert feeling the pressure, hands off to Stanley. He hurries across the timeline. Down the paint he goes. Put back by Mitchell, up and good.
Mitchell's really settling in here in the second quarter.
He's a presence on the inside. Ooh, that one was rejected. Up ahead for Thompson. Lays it up, no good. Johnson's there to clear. And he gets fouled. That's the second quick foul on the Scotties. Let's see who this one's on.
I think they got Stanley on that one.
Nope, they got Thompson. Team second. Thompson's first, I think. I didn't.
Booker in for the Scotties.
Oh, yeah.
First sub for the Scotties of the night.
Avsek to Grisafi. 5.5 to go. 3 on the way. That one's short. Rebound brought down by Mitchell. Here comes Thompson now for the Scotties. Taken away by Avsek. Picked his pocket clean. 3-on-1. Reverse layup, and it's good for Avsek.
Great move by Avsek.
That was all Austin. Eckert now gets it up to Booker. Ooh, I thought he drug his foot there, Don.
It was close for sure.
Eckert from the elbow. Nice jump shot by Eckert.
That's the guy that the Chargers do not want to let get going. Eckert is a shooter for them.
That was a nice pull-up jump shot from the elbow there, but no doubt about that. Here's McCullough. That one's knocked away. Here comes Booker with the ball. Mitchell knocked out of his hands.
Avsek again on the pressure.
Here's Grisafi. Lays it up off the glass. Smooth move by Luka. Here's Stanley from the elbow. He pops that one in. McCullough's there to clear as that one rolls in and out. Avsek again.
Using his quick there. Scotties are having a lot of trouble with Austin's quickness today.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that backcourt for the Chargers has been creating problems for a lot of teams this year, Don. It's fun to watch, actually, if you're a Charger fan.
Well, when you have kids like these two that buy into the system and understand they might not score 30 a night,
right?
But they battle to win. Those two kids are competitive kids that want to win.
Stanley from three-point land. He drains it.
Really impressed with that young man tonight. He's up to 12 for the night.
Grisafi from the wing. Back to Avsek. He's all alone for 3. Hard off the iron. Mitchell pulls that one down, and here comes Stanley. Frankie Egrick getting ready to check in for the Chargers. Stanley with a fall-away jump shot. McCullough's there to clear it. Up ahead to Johnson. Johnson, 2-on-2. Spin move in the paint. And it's...
Move.
Oh, he's saying a foul on the Chargers.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that one.
Colin Johnson with the offensive charge. And that one is kind of iffy there.
I would say so.
Coach Rod wants an explanation. I didn't think he hit anybody.
No, he spun in the lane.
He spun in the lane, right. He's the one that got hit. What happened was the Scotty kid from Union,
it almost looked like
he flopped.
him.
Like he flopped. That should have been a foul on Union. For the flop, if nothing else.
Well, you usually don't see a charge called on a spin move either. usually a charge is, that's what would be my question, and I'm sure Coach Rod is asking.
That's over and back.
Thing.
Yeah.
Austin Avsek again. He has about 3 or 4 steals here in the early going, but that's not even counting the amount of turnovers he's helped force tonight.
Frankie Egrick in the lineup along with Tommy Moses here for the Chargers with little over 3 minutes to go here in the half. There's Frankie Egrick, baseline drive, hands it off to Moses. He lays it up and in. Tommy Moses with a bucket.
Great job by the Chargers bench players there.
Stanley into the paint. Foul on the floor against the Chargers. That's their second this quarter. I think Tommy Moses gets called for the foul. I think that's his second, team second here in the quarter. Just under 3 to go here.
Warning on the Chargers. Tommy was playing a little too close to the line there.
They're saying McCullough 2-3, he said.
No,
there's no 2-3 in there.
On the court. I'm assuming it's Tommy or Frankie down
Frankie,
there.
it might because he said 2-3, but
yeah.
He might have been 1-3.
Regardless, one of the Chargers was not given that
the
courtesy,
3 feet,
the courtesy zone that you're supposed to give here.
They get it in. Mitchell over to Eckert. Off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Mitchell. Nice rebound by the Scotties. Taken away momentarily by Egrick. Off of Booker, out of bounds. Charger ball with 2:43 left.
Frankie coming off the bench and embodying that style that we've seen from the Chargers all year, just aggressive defense.
The 5'11 sophomore, he's bought into the system. He got some minutes last year, and his minutes are growing this year. Avsek looking for help. He finds Moses. Back to Avsek. 2.5 to go. Johnson now needs some help. Got to hand it off or move. Yep, there he goes. Pull-up jump shot. That's off the mark. And it's going to be Kelly coming away with it. Hands it off to Eckert. Eckert to Mitchell. Back to Eckert. That's knocked away. That's going to be over and back.
Tip. Dawson got a piece of that.
No, yeah.
Ref up top.
The one official said over and back, and they got it right.
This has been the Austin Avsack show earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnson, the shots that Johnson and Tiernan are getting are because of the penetration that Austin's been able to create and kind of collapse the defense of the Scotties. So excellent first half here.
Yep.
By Austin, and great job by Tiernan and Jake to knock some shots down.
Starting 5 back in here for the final 2 minutes for the Chargers.
There it is.
Taken away by Avsek, another takeaway. Avsek, and that one's taken away by Eckert. Here come the Scotties, back the other way with numbers. Kelly, the floater, hard off the glass. Mitchell with the rebound. He puts it up, gets the hoop and the harm.
This is where the Chargers, we talked about the K-Vols missing this game today. It would have been nice to see him bang with Mitchell down here. Those two, Mitchell has really established himself physically in this second quarter.
Booker comes in for Eckert for the Scotties. Mitchell at the line try to complete the traditional three-point play. That doesn't happen. Altmar clears it away. Here comes Avsek. Floater no good. Johnson with the rebound. Look to go back up. He does. He's fouled by Stanley. Johnson will be at the line for a couple. And this has been a bugaboo for the Chargers this year. It seemed like in the first half they're really rough on the free throws, and then the second half they zone in or something. He goes 1 for 2. Isaiah Schultz checking in for Altmar with 1:40 left. Eckert will come back in for Booker for the Scotties.
My guess is Coach Rod here wants to put Isaiah in and maybe be a physical presence here against Mitchell.
Yeah, that's who he's on. Stanley with a floater. He gets fouled. He'll be shooting a couple. I didn't see who the foul was on. But Stanley at the line for 2. Good on first.
Stanley, again, we've said it quite a few times. He has 13 of the 23 now for the Scotties.
91 seconds left here in the half. Stanley goes 1 for 2, but the rebound goes to the Scotty. Mitchell goes up and puts it back in.
Mitchell's their secondary scorer right now. He's up to 8 himself. Little moisture on the court there. Stop and play.
he threw the towel to the official, and the official said, "I'm not doing it. That's your job." That's classic. 1:22 on the scoreboard clock.
Big sequence here for the
Yes.
Chargers as far as, they've held a pretty comfortable lead throughout the early parts of this game in the first half, and you don't want them to cut into this at this point. Right now you got a solid 9-point lead. It'd be nice to extend that to double digits if possible going into halftime, but you don't want to let them go on a quick little 5-0 spurt or anything like that to get them back into this.
Absolutely. Avsek now will set up shop. Schultz up top of the key. Johnson Fake the three, goes down the lane. He lost it a minute, and he loses it out of bounds. That came right out of his hands. Jake knew it.
Little indecision there. Was looking to either go up and shoot and second guess himself. Went to pass and lost the handle.
Approaching a minute to go. Thompson, I thought he traveled. No call. It's Kelly in the paint. Taken away. Here comes Grisafi. Lays it up and in. Luca with a bucket. It's Eckert now with 45 seconds to go here. Luca almost with another takeaway.
There's that hard ball pressure again.
Stanley works against Avsek. Pull up three. Rattles it home. Stanley keeping the Scotties close here. If you want to call 8 points close. Avsek hands it off to Schultz. Looking for some help. Goes back out to Austin. Austin with 16 seconds to go.
Looking for one shot here.
Yep. Directing traffic down to 10. Avsek, floater, no good. Chargers have it with 5 seconds. Grisafi, baseline jump shot is good for 2, and that will do it. We've made it to the half, and it's the Chargers. We got it to the double figures there, Don.
That's a big sequence there by for the Chargers.
So
I think Union's coach Stanley thought there was some time left on the clock.
No, the clock doesn't stop there on that bucket. And there was only.
No, he was asking some questions there at the end. But regardless, it is a double-digit lead for the Chargers.
All right. We'll step aside. We'll be back after these for the halftime show. Chargers with a 10-point lead, 38-28 over to Union Scotties here at Cornell High School. Don't you dare go away.
You could raise money for OLSH while shopping at your favorite stores or restaurants? With Raise Right, that's exactly what you can do. All you have to do is purchase electronic gift cards on the Raise Right app, and that company will donate a percentage of that sale directly to OLSH. And the list of companies that Raise Right works with is seemingly endless, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Sheetz, and so many more. Now you can rationalize your grande caramel mocha frappuccino with 3.5 pumps of vanilla and oat milk because you're actually raising money for OLSH. If you want to raise right, email Sarah Stuckman to get the special OLSH code. Funds raised to support the OLSH Athletics General Fund. Go Chargers!
My coaches taught me that being competitive and having fun is what makes a great team.
My favorite piece of advice from my coach is train like an animal all day long.
He corrects you every time you say you can't do something because he knows you can do it.
My coach is the reason I believe in myself and my abilities.
I love that my coaches believe in the team. They recognize our individuality and encourage our improvement.
I couldn't ask for a better coach.
My name is Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year at teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Witechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome.
What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting and faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome.
What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting and faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
Welcome back to Cornell High School as the Chargers and the Scotties locked up in a battle for, I don't want to say supremacy because you got Neshannock yet, but for one of the major spots, top spots in section plays, the Chargers have a 10-point lead, as you see there. And Coach, how we get there? How many point-wise?
So point-wise breakdown for the Chargers, just going in numerical order here. Austin Afsek has 7 for the Chargers. Really effective 7 slashing to the hoop. Tommy Moses chipped in with 2. Luca Grasaffi chipped in with 7. And then 2 big scores of the first half for the Chargers were Tiernan McCullough with 10 and Jake Johnson leading the way with 12. Three-pointers for Jake in the first half. With the Union Scotties, they do have a couple guys, Maddox Thompson and Landon Eckert both chipped in with 2. Jamel Mitchell really had a great second quarter for the Scotties underneath, setting a physical presence. He had 8. But it starts and ends with the Scotties with Lucas Stanley. An impressive 16 points for him, so 16 out of the 28. He's a guy that has single-handedly kept this game close, Al. I mean, if it's not for Stanley in this game, I mean, this game is a blowout, to be quite honest. I mean, Lucas Stanley has done a great job keeping them in the game, but that's a scoring breakdown for the first half.
And you talk about the points, and Austin Afsek, you say he scores 7 points. That's not where Austin has made his mark in this game. Both him and Grasaffi, we talked about it the whole first half. Their defensive presence has really caused havoc with the Union Scotties right now. And right now, Coach Mark Stanley has to figure out how they can get around those 2 guard players for the Chargers.
Oh, no doubt. They've affected them big time. I mean, we're not keeping track of the steals up here, but I'd say they both have at least 3 or 4 steals, and that's not even counting the deflections. I mean, the hands of those 2 are phenomenal. Just quick hands, quick reaction. And that's the thing, in all honesty, that's what's giving the Union Scotties some problems on the defensive side of the ball as well, is, you know, the pressure from Afsek trying to get to the hoop and kicking it out to Tiernan and Jake have been a huge part of what is, you know, successful for the Chargers in the early going. So definitely kudos to those 2 guys. And those are guys that Coach Rod, you know, and not just Coach Rod, but Coach Rod, you know, in this program have prided themselves on these hard-nosed guards. You know, these hard-nosed guards that play defense and buy in, and that's what these guys are doing. Again, they might not score 30 points, but they're darn well going to affect the game.
Yeah, you talk about the hard-nosed guards. You can go back, you know, several years to the Spataforas, both the Spataforas, same style of play. able to chip in when they needed to and score points. But you talk to both Rocco and Dante, and they'll tell you their game when they were here at OLSH was to play defense first and cause turnovers and get the ball into the Chargers' hands. But and that's the same thing you're seeing with number 11 and number 1 for the Chargers right now.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And that's, I remember a couple years ago, my first year at OLSH, a playoff game up at NA, and Rocco hit a couple shots in the fourth quarter, but throughout the game, he didn't have any points going into the fourth quarter, and then he hits a big half-court shot. But he affected the game so much that night with his defensive play and setting up the Chargers on offense that, it got us down to the peak.
And another thing we talk about, and we've talked about in prior games, in previous games, is the Chargers make a plethora of substitutions throughout the game, and I've seen people like scratch their heads, why is he doing it? Well, the Chargers, their bench is so deep that when they make substitutions, there's basically no drop-off in talent or play. I mean, maybe it's different style.
Well, you saw when Frankie came in. I mean, right away, Frankie causes a turnover. And the other thing is when you're playing that aggressive of a style, it does wear on you. As good as the shape as Austin and Luca are, I mean, they need a minute or two here and there.
Right.
And that it shows, too, because Union hasn't done a lot of substitutions, and, a lot of guys don't substitute the way Coach Rod does. So it's definitely a benefit for the Chargers.
Hey, come out and cheer on the girls basketball team both tomorrow at Ambridge at 1 o'clock. And then again on Monday, the 23rd, here at Cornell, as tomorrow they're going to take on Hopewell over at Ambridge, and then Monday they're going to take on Quaker Valley right here at Cornell. It was originally posted for 7:30. That game has been changed to 4 o'clock on Monday. 4 o'clock Monday afternoon right here at Cornell. So mark your calendars if you're planning on being here at 7:30. You're going to miss the game. All right, ready for quarter number 3. Chargers will start with the ball and a 10-point lead.
Yeah, great way to start off Christmas break there out with a 4 o'clock game.
Here's Avsek. Into the corner. They get it into Altmar all by himself. Patty gets on the board for his first bucket. Here's the pressure again. Grisafi. Thompson has it, hands it off to Stanley, back to Thompson. All the way cross court to Eckert. From the free throw line. Taken away by the Chargers. It's Johnson, ends up with it. He'll bring it up the court, slow it down. Cross to Grisafi. Avsek in the corner. Inside to Altmar again. He gets the hoop and the harm. Patty Altmar comes out with a bang here to start the quarter number 3.
Great start for Patty here in the second half.
Mitchell picks up the foul for the Scotties. Can't get the three-point play. Saved by the Scotties. Here comes Stanley to Eckert. Eckert, top of the key, works against Grisafi. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson taken away by Grisafi. Quick hands. He goes all the way, lays it up and in. Look for Stanley to call a timeout here pretty quick.
It's getting to that point here, Al. It could go either way. See if Union can put together a possession.
Another takeaway. Grisafi again. He's going to lay it up again and put it in.
There's the timeout.
And there's the timeout by Mark Stanley. 46-28 Chargers. He's going to take a full. And we do want to remind you that if you're interested in supporting the OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org. Check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. Also, you want to save the date. Join us on Wednesday, February 19th at 7 p.m. in the OLSH Auditorium as OLSH's speaker series welcomes Dr. Shannon DeWilliams. This event is free and open to the public, but you need to visit www.olsh.org/speaker series for more information to secure your spot.
What a start here to the half, Al, for these Chargers.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're sitting Coach Stanley's facing us, and he's given the third degree to his team right now. There's not a lot of coaching going on there. That's third degree.
Clipboard started out, and then the clipboard ended up on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what you got to love about a guy like Coach Stanley. And he's the kind of guy, I always say one of the best compliments as a coach, would you let that coach your kid? And I would let Coach.
Oh, yeah.
The one sitting next to me would benefit from a guy like Coach Stanley. I mean, accountability. And that's what he wants his kids to learn right now. And he's coaching not for tonight maybe at this point as much as he is for the rest of the season here. But with that said, there's still a lot of game left.
There's a cheapie by Austin. He patted his chest, said, "That was me." First foul.
Is that his third or?
No, he didn't have two. If he had one, I think he had one earlier.
Yeah, this is his second.
That's his second. First for the Chargers here in the quarter. 6:45 to go here in the third. And it's Lucas Stanley, brings it up. It's across the timeline to Eckert. Patty Altmar is there, taken away by the Chargers one more time. And jump ball.
Tiernan's done a lot of dirty work in there today for the Chargers.
It's going to stay with the Scotties. Oh, yeah.
Tiernan's been under the hoop doing a lot of dirty work tonight for the Chargers. Definitely doesn't go unnoticed, I know, by the coaching staff.
Eckert will trigger in from the baseline. Coach Stanley, he's into it. Taken away by the Chargers again. Baseline pass. Here comes Afsek. Works against Mitchell. Afsek lays it up and in. 20-point lead for the Chargers. Stanley now works at the Eckert across the timeline. Eckert into the paint. Kicks it off to Mitchell. And the little floater from Kelly is good.
Trying to stop the bleeding there for the Scotties. First points of the half.
Yeah. It's a 10-0 run before that for the Chargers. Here's Grisafi. Altmar to Avsek. Avsek into Altmar. Little floating hook there by Altmar. Nice little play. That's what I was talking about. We were talking before we went on about Altmar needs to get more aggressive in the paint. There it is right there.
Well, it's three, and he's aggressive moves towards the hoop, Al. When you're that big, you want to make those aggressive moves towards the hoop, and that's what he was doing here in the second half.
Into the corner. Thompson back out to Stanley.
Stanley has not had a shot yet.
Not this half. From the elbow, and it's Kelly one more time for the deuce. Approaching 5 minutes to go here in the third. It's Afsek bringing it up, setting up the shot. Trying to split the D. Foul on the floor. It's a push. Called the foul on Eckert. Team second. Grisafi triggers it in to Avsek, and we'll set up shop as we have 5 to go in the third. Avsek taken away by Mitchell, hands it off to Kelly. Taken away by Avsek, another steal by Austin.
Nice
to the hoop
move.
he goes, and he lays it up and in.
Double digits for Austin now.
Back to a 20-point lead for the Chargers. Stanley looking for somewhere to go. He gets double teamed in the corner. And we get a foul on either Grisafi or McCullough. McCullough picks it up.
With that last basket out, 4 of the 5 starters from the Chargers are in double digits.
Wow.
And Patty's up to 6. So balanced effort tonight, scoring-wise.
No doubt. Eckert, Avsek almost with another steal there. Kelly in the paint. Better do something. That's, yep. Turnover, Charger ball.
Important for the Chargers to keep the pressure on here.
Oh, yeah. Foot on the gas, no doubt. There's Grisafi. Works it up top. Avsek, little move there, down the paint. Another layup, another bucket.
That quickness is just too much for the Scotties tonight.
Laid it. He's going right hand. That time he says, I can use the left hand too. Laid it up and in. Here comes Eckert, top of the key. Looks for Stanley, and Lucas got it. 3 on the way. He is good from out there.
Pretty lefty stroke there.
Drains the 3. Taken away by Kelly. Kelly works against Grisafi. No good. Altmar clears the board. Here comes McCullough. McCullough to the hoop. Another pass to Johnson. And we get a foul on the floor against the Scotties. Thompson picks up the foul, Maddox Thompson. That's the 3rd on the Scotties. Altmar will have a seat as Tommy Moses will check in for the Chargers. Johnson into Grisafi. Grisafi, uncontested 3. Wouldn't go. Moses gets the rebound, though. Throws it. Oh, I thought he threw it off of Kelly.
He tried, just kind of lost his balance there.
Good effort there by Tommy Moses. Nice crowd here today. Both sides of the bleachers.
Absolutely. Great to see it here tonight.
Here's Stanley down the paint. Pull up from the elbow. There's another nice floater.
He's over 20 points for the night now, up to 21.
Here's Avsek. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Grisafi to Moses, back out to Avsek. Avsek into the paint. Little floater. Avsek.
He's really feeling it tonight.
This 3rd quarter, he's really filling up the basket here.
He's our leading scorer now with 15.
There you go. Here's Stanley. Gets double teamed, throws it back to the top. Thompson has it to Kelly. Inside to Mitchell. He's double teamed. He travels, shuffled his feet from the pressure. Turnover, Charger ball.
Junior fans did not like that one now.
No, he shuffled his feet, though.
But he did move his feet.
Yeah, he did.
Definitely impressed with him and his physicality. You can tell doesn't surprise you that he's an all-conference football player.
Avsek, long 3, can't get it to go. Kelly will clear for the Scotties, and then he throws it into the stands. Turnover, Charger ball. 2:26 to go. Avsek will have a seat. Owen Minzer will check in.
That's a pressure again by the Chargers. It's just always in your head. When you have somebody that pressures you like that, it's always in your head.
You have to hurry.
He had more time than he realized there, but again, the constant pressure affects you.
Here's Grisafi looking for somebody to go to. He goes to Moses, quickly out to Minzer. 3 on the way. And he drains the 3. Owen Minzer. Here's Stanley. 22-point lead for the Chargers. Stanley works against Minzer. Blocking foul against Owen.
A little too aggressive there by Owen, but you got to love him coming off the bench again, hitting a big 3. Great ball movement again down here by the Chargers. And you don't mind that foul.
No,
I mean,
not
that's
at
a
all.
foul when you have a kid like Stanley that's playing the way he is.
You got fouls to give at this point.
You want to be a pest on him.
Yeah. It's Eckert to Mitchell up top. Stanley, long 3 on the way. It'll hit the iron and saved by Johnson to Moses, up ahead to Grisafi. Grisafi will bring it across the timeline. Owen Minzer, he launches a 3. Rattles around, Kelly will clear with 1:35 left. Eckert thought about the 3, back to Stanley he goes. Mitchell from the free throw line. Turnaround jump shot, good for 2, and we're back to a 20-point lead for the Chargers. Grisafi. Back to Minzer. Let's slow it down up on the logo. McCullough, baseline, all the way through. Grisafi to Moses in the paint. Tommy, turnaround jump shot, too strong off the iron. And here comes Eckert up the court. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Eckert to Stanley. He shot from there before. Eckert thought about the 3. 45 to go. Down the paint from the elbow. That one shot was changed.
Union wanted a foul on that one.
Johnson, turnaround jump shot.
Nice.
And it's good for 2. Jake.
Nice move by Jake there. Nice and smooth.
Yep. Stanley puts on the brakes. Grisafi as well. There's a floater. Nice jump shot by Stanley.
That's a great, a great lefty stroke. You got to love when Stanley is confident to shoot the basketball, but it hasn't been enough for the Scotties. It's at, 20. He's up to 23, but you're still down 20. I mean, it's
great. Clear up a little moisture on the court as Avsek checks back in. Luka Grisafi will have a seat. Chargers will have the ball here and a 20-point lead. Here's Minzer, far side wing. Avsek in the corner. Yeah, he walked. He stepped back.
Shuffled those puppies a little bit.
Yeah.
Austin was a little hesitant there. I thought he might take that shot, but was waiting for Jake to come through, and Jake just got to get the feet set.
9 seconds left here. Thompson across the timeline, hands it off to Stanley. Baseline, corner. Gets it off, and that's how the quarter ends. With the score, Chargers 61, Scotties 41. Hey, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart would like to wish all our fans here and at home a very Merry Christmas. We'll be on the air again a couple times before Christmas, but just want everybody to know, have a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's ready.
I know the faculty and staff is ready for this for sure, Al.
Hey, also save the date for the OLSH Spring Open House, Sunday, March 23rd, from 1 to 3 p.m. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. And reminder, the girls are in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock from Ambridge, playing Hopewell. OSN will be there to bring you the action. I'll be there along with Doc Quinn, sitting alongside. He's coaching tonight, but not tomorrow.
It's always fun talking to Doc.
He brings a different perspective.
Without a doubt.
Back in action here, as Matt Fargo likes to say, let's play a fourth. The clock has to start. Clock hasn't started yet. There it goes. And that's Grisafi with the 2.
Just figured we'd play a couple extra possessions.
A couple extra, yeah. Travel on Thompson, turnover, Charger ball.
See, and you can see some of the frustration here really setting in with Union. I thought they came out, that run in the second half really just kind of buried any chances they had, and the frustration's really setting in.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, with their record in the games they played, I look at their scores, you got to wonder, I don't think they've been in this position before, down this many.
No, all their games, a couple of their tough opponents, the games have been close.
A shot off the rim goes out of bounds.
Or they've blown teams out. So this is something that I'm sure Coach Stanley's going to want to figure out how they bounce back from this and, get ready for their next opponent. But again, you don't want to say this one's over. You never want to say that.
No.
And I've been on both sides of this, as you know. And one of the things you want to see from the Chargers here is just this continued defensive pressure, no easy shots, and, really run the offense. Get some guys involved.
No doubt. Mitchell with the ball has a tip. It comes to Eckert. Eckert launches a 3. That's offline.
He just hasn't been able to get going at all tonight for the Scotties.
Johnson up ahead to McCullough. McCullough lets him fly by. Has it knocked out of his hands. Good D there by the Scotties. Here comes Stanley. Works against Avsek. And that one, too strong off the glass. Stanley wanted a goaltend. That wasn't going to happen.
No, great job by Patty. He's really asserting himself here in the second half.
That one's off of Booker. He came in to give Kelly a little blow.
That aggressiveness you've been wanting to see, Al, that you mentioned earlier from Patty, I think you're starting to see it a little bit in the second half. Really asserting himself, and a great block shot there.
Timeout called by Coach Rod. His first timeout of the game. I think he took a full. He did.
I think he saw something he didn't like. Want to make sure that, again, in games like this, you want to make sure that you're not complacent. You want to make sure that you're running the offense. You want to make sure that you're making smart decisions with the basketball, and he'll assure that happens with this group.
Stay focused. Boys have to stay focused right now. I know it's a 22-point lead for the Chargers, but they got to stay focused.
Absolutely. And, you still have a kid on that other team that can hit two or three in a row, and all of a sudden, it's a ball game again.
Yeah, you got Stanley that's scoring out of his, he's holding this Scotty team close, and you can't forget about Landon Eckert. Eckert can light it up from beyond the arc as well. So
yeah, just had a tough night tonight. That pressure from the guards from OLSH have given him problems, and hasn't really had a couple looks early in the game that didn't go for him, and hasn't been able to get anything going. Jordan Kelly here in the second half has had a few baskets. He's up to 6 for the Scotties. I think he's done a nice job trying to contribute a little bit here, a couple foul line jumpers, but just not enough for the Scotties outside of Stanley.
6:50 to go in this one. Still yet to be decided, as you said, Don. This can go either way. I mean, the Scotties make a run here, and they can put the heebie-jeebies into the Chargers.
Well, I think that's one thing you can say about Coach Rod in all his years of doing this is complacency is something that is not a word in his vocabulary.
Chargers now take the air out of the ball. Grisafi now waits for somebody to come out to him. Avsek, and Grisafi will play catch. Avsek into the paint. He gets fouled on the floor.
Good job here by the Chargers. No need to rush anything here. Make them come out and play defense on you. Take a few seconds off the clock. When you see your opportunity, take it.
Booker picks up the foul for. Oh, nice inbound play there to McCullough.
Scotty's just kind of falling asleep there.
Stanley at the elbow, outside to Thompson. Thompson into Mitchell. Good ball movement here. Eckert. Air ball. Stanley's there to clean it up, though. He goes up. Altmaier with the block. No, that was Johnson with the block. Thompson. And the bank is open for the three.
Hey, bank or not, it still counts as 3.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't look great, but it's 3 points for the Scotties. Great look by Stanley. Good hustle by him there to get the rebound.
Good ball movement by the Chargers. Back to Altmaier. Give and go there. Altmaier can't get to go. Gets his own rebound again. Nothing going. Third time, no good. And finally, it's Eckert with the board.
That's where you want to see him go up strong. He was fading away on a couple of those out.
Here's Eckert. And there you go. There's another 3. Just what we were talking about, Dawn.
Yeah, you don't want to let Eckert get going. He is definitely a shooter for them, and you can tell by that stroke there.
Johnson in the paint. He goes to the glass. Man, he'll bank it in. Back to a 20-point lead for the Chargers. Stanley approaching 5 minutes to go here.
It gives Jake 16 on the night.
Eckert to Thompson. Back to Mitchell. Eckert into the paint. Kicks it out. That one's off the rim. Followed by Thompson, and he gets the bucket.
Always say follow your shot there. Good job by Thompson following that one.
If you know it's off, the shooter's the first one to know. They usually know. Grisafi.
Scotty's bumping back to a 3-2 zone here.
Yep. Half second, Grisafi around to McCullough. They work it around the outside perimeter. Half sec now. Slowing it down. 4:15 to go. McCullough puts the move on. He'll slow it back down to Grisafi. Approaching 4 minutes to go.
Chargers being very deliberate right now with their offense.
Oh, yeah. Grisafi. McCullough, baseline 3 for McCullough. Swayze Reichert getting ready to check in for the Scotties. Here's Stanley. Fall away jump shot. Won't go. Booker loses it out of bounds. Charger ball. 3.5 to go. And it's Reichert and Kelly check back in. Mitchell and Booker will have a seat for Union.
Yeah, Reichert, a freshman here for Scott. He's going to get some varsity time.
Oh, yeah. There's another guarantee he's a football player up in Union. They don't like bodies like that go.
No.
Not being on the football team.
That's for sure. Yeah, he's a freshman, 6'4",
Yeah.
6'1", and some nice size to him.
Here's Avsek down the paint, kicks it out to Johnson. Grisafi. Avsek goes to the paint. No good. Brought down by Stanley. 3:15. Stanley works against Grisafi. Out to Thompson, taken away by the Chargers. Here comes Avsek, 2-on-2. Probably slow it down. He will. He draws the foul.
Tiernan's limping a little bit on that one.
Tommy Moses will check in.
Freddie's going to come in for Tiernan there.
I'll bet, yeah. Yeah, Tiernan's already on the bench. Aaron's looking at his lower body there.
Yeah, it looks like he collided knees.
Yeah.
Should be all right.
Oh, and Minzer getting ready to check in for the Chargers.
I'm not sure, Al, would this be the highest scoring output of the year so far for the Chargers? I believe so. Yeah.
It's got to be close.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Shots are falling tonight, so to go along with that good defense that has been a trademark of this team, when those shots fall, these are the results you get.
Frankie Egrick to Owen Minzer to Johnson. Jake Johnson over to Egrick by himself. Baseline. Jump shot, it good for two. Frankie Egrick on the scoreboard. 2.5 to go here. Thompson with it on the wing to Stanley. Works against Grisafi. Stanley floats it up and rolls it in.
Really nice move by Stanley again there. But again, 25 for him, but not enough for the Scotties tonight.
2:10 to go. Owen Minzer works up top. Timeout called by Coach Rod. He saw Grisafi getting in a little trouble there.
You gotta love basketball coaches, Al. Still working the ref. Coach Stanley down here, down 21, still working the ref for that call.
Takes a 30-second timeout.
I think basketball coaches have naturally a higher blood pressure than football coaches.
It's a faster game.
At some point here, I think some Union guys checking in. Looks like Jaden Townsell is going to check into the game. Might start seeing some subs here at some point with this one pretty much decided at this point.
Yeah. 2:07 to go. Chargers with a 21-point lead. You can probably guess that McCullough's done for tonight.
Yeah, he looks okay down on the bench.
Yeah.
He's laughing. It just looked like either his hip or his leg just ran into each other, uncomfortable.
Frankie Egrick will bring it up, top of the key, hands it off to Grisafi and Minzer. Minzer goes down the lane, lays it up, Minzer with the bucket.
Owen's second bucket of the night. Some Chargers getting ready to check in there. It looks like Chad Minton, Isaiah.
Tommy Moses ties up Kelly coming into the paint. Schultz and Minzer check in. Grisafi and Johnson will have a seat. 1:45 to go in this one. Question is, what's the final score? That's the only question right now.
Chad Minton, junior, guard for the Chargers, seeing his first action. Frankie with the steal there.
And it's Minzer with another bucket.
I don't know what the steal total is tonight, Al, but it is well in the double digits. And I think that's something that Coach Stanley and his staff will probably definitely harp on in their film session.
And here's one off of Townsell's hands, out of bounds with 1:24 left.
There we go.
My broadcast partner, Grant Kalish, will check in for the Chargers. Tommy Moses will have a seat. Grant had a nice JV game today.
Right, I was at Moon against Stowe a couple weeks ago. I think it was his first varsity basket. See if we can get him another one here.
Layup by Egrick. He'll lay it up and in. Chargers pushing the 80-point mark here.
getting everybody involved.
Townsell works against Eric.
Zach Rich in the game as well, sophomore for the Scotties.
Booker to Townsell.
Another quick hands by a Chargers guard there with Frankie.
Colton Cox in for the Scotties as well. And now checking in for the Chargers is Finn McGarvey and Bruno Williams. Bruno had a nice JV game as well tonight.
Big win by the JV tonight. They're having a great start to their season.
Yep, Zach Rich with the ball. Under a minute to go, 45. Townsell hands it off to Booker. Inside to the big freshman. He goes up and gets a foul. Swayze Reichert.
That's two football players playing basketball there.
There you go.
Schultz on the coverage. And
yeah, that's right.
Isaiah, a great year, first team all-conference player, up for some all-state honors. Really excited to see Isaiah out there helping the basketball team, though.
Freshman gets on the scoreboard with the free throw. Goes 1 for 2, and Schultz with the rebound. Scotties take it away with 30 seconds to go. Inside, freshman one more time is going to get some shots.
Isaiah's filling up the foul sheet here today.
He says, I'm going to get on the score sheet one way or the other.
A couple rebounds for him.
Yeah.
But again, it's a credit to Coach Rod and the program he has. The guys continue to want to come out.
They want to play, yeah.
And Isaiah's the type of kid that you never know down the stretch run. Somebody gets in foul trouble and, he gets better and can give you some good minutes. He's an athletic kid. You got to think this freshman at the line, Reichert, for Union, is a guy that Coach Stanley has some big plans for moving forward. Looks like an athletic kid and not afraid to get in there and mix it up.
Right. Minton brings it up. He's one of the key guards for the JV team. Bruno Williams. Minton to McGarvey. Finn hands it off to Williams. 7 seconds to go. McGarvey stands on the logo and everybody backs off. Chargers are going to win this one 78-53 over the Union Scotties. And you know what? Really making a statement here tonight, Don.
Absolutely.
They put themselves, they're tied now with Union in the section, both with a 2-1 record. And Chargers, I think that's their last game before the trip, is it not? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, they got Western Beaver. No, that's in January. So, yeah, this is the last game before the Canton trip. So the Chargers get a great send-off here before the holiday.
Absolutely. Great thing, we talked about it before the game, the importance of making a statement here in a big section game. And, you just want to come out of these ones with a W, but to come out with such a convincing W, got to be a confidence-building kind of night here from the Chargers. And the balance that we displayed offensively and defensively, just can't say enough about it.
No doubt they made the long bus ride home for Union. It's going to be a long, quiet one. The Chargers can go home and celebrate tonight and get ready for the Canton trip. We'll step aside. We'll come back, put a bow on this one. But the Chargers victorious 78-53 over the Union Scotties.
Do the scoring.
Okay. Oh, why is it not playing?
name is Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year of teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Witechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, welcome back here to Cornell as the Chargers. Huge victory, Don, against the Union Scotties, making a statement here in section play. And I think it went pretty well on all sides of the ball for the Chargers, both defensively and offensively. Boy, everything they're throwing up seemed like the right shot.
Just a dominant performance. You know, we talked about it all game. The defense has been there throughout the year with the Chargers, and you know, once you see a game like this where the guys start seeing shots fall, you know, this is the result you get. So great performance by the Chargers. Now we've got to build off this and have a good trip to Canton and, you know, hit the ground running when we come back against Western Beaver.
Yeah, don't forget we're on the air tomorrow afternoon from Ambridge as the girls take on the Hopewell Vikings. That game's at 1 o'clock from Ambridge. Coach Doc Quinn will be on the air with me for that one. And then the girls again on Monday. 4 o'clock game. It was originally scheduled for 7:30. No JV for that game. It'll be here at Cornell as the girls take on Quaker Valley in section play. And again, that one's at 4 o'clock, so make your plans if you want to come see that one at 4 o'clock on Monday right here at Cornell. And back to this one, Dawn, what kind of scoring do we get? We had some great scoring for the Chargers.
Start with the Union Scotties, the freshman Swaze Reichert, who we saw at the end there, pitched in with a bucket. Next, you had Landon Eckert, who could never really get it going, but you could see he had a nice stroke, but he ended up with 5. Jordan Kelly, the sophomore, ended up with 6. Maddox Thompson was next with 7. And Jamel Mitchell with 8. And, of course, Lucas Stanley was the man for the Scotties tonight. 25 points, but wasn't enough for the Scotties, even though great effort by him. As far as the Chargers go, extremely balanced scoring from top to bottom from the Chargers. Tommy Moses came in and chipped in a bucket. Frankie Igrick came in. He had 4. Patty Altmaier came in with 6. Owen Minzer off the bench with 7. For the Chargers, 7 big points for him. Next up, you had Luca Grisafi with 13, and then Tiernan McCullough and Austin Avsek each chipped in 15 apiece, and Jake Johnson was your leading scorer tonight with 16. So very balanced effort by the Chargers, and you know, like I said from just a minute ago, they saw the shots fall in, and when that happens, there's just the confidence that builds. But it starts with the defensive side of the ball here with this team. Starts and finishes there, and the turnovers created offense, and you know, that's how you win basketball games like that.
I sound like a broken record, but I say the same thing for the girls' games. They play defense first and score off the turnovers and the mistakes by the other team, and that's exactly what you saw here tonight. I mean, it was like to perfection with the guard play of Grisafi and Avsek, and then coming in, it was Egrick and Minzer doing the same thing. So like we talk about, there's no fall off in the talent of play, the players for this team. It's fun to watch.
Well, and I'm sure Coach Rod will find some adjustments that he wants to make from this game. But watching this from our perspective, I mean, if they're shooting the basketball like that and the way they play defense and the way they rebound, they're gonna be an extremely tough team to beat when shots are falling like that, and that's exactly what happened.
And remember, Van Kavel's not in the lineup, so you get him back in and get him back on track. I mean, and he missed because of his shoulder, And
yeah, you got to figure, Mitchell got going a little bit there in the
Right.
second quarter. That probably would have not happened if you had Van in there. The physicality that he brings obviously is a different kind of physicality that we saw during the football season for sure. So.
Well, the next boys broadcast will be from Canton. It's going to be on Friday the 27th and Saturday the 28th are the two games. The Friday game's at 1:40. It'll be against Avon, Ohio. That should be a fun game. It's two purple and gold teams going at each other. And then Dalton, I can't remember. I want to say I can't remember what I think they're Bulldogs, the Dalton Bulldogs from Dalton, Ohio. We'll play them at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, the 28th. So those two games will bring you from Canton, and looking forward to that. As far as this one goes, Dawn, it was all Chargers all the time, and the Union Scotties came out early, took an early lead, and the Chargers, I think it was like 7-5 was the first lead that they have, and they never looked back. The Chargers just controlled the game.
Yeah, absolutely pleasure to be a part of this. Thank you, Al, for having me.
No problem.
And looking forward to doing it again with you.
We'll be doing that. I'd like to thank everybody involved here. Again, we always thank Cornell for their hospitality, letting us use their facilities. Coach Dawn coming up here and getting on the mic with me. And Coach Nick, Nick Militzer on the camera, thanking him for his great work. I was watching the camera work. He did a great job. And the coach, of course, both the coaches, Coach Stanley and Coach Rodriguez, for cooperating with the rosters and whatnot. I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot, everybody. The Chargers go to 6-1 overall, 2-1 in section. The Scotties fall to 2-1 in section. They go 7-2 overall. And we'll see you next time right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Stay warm, stay dry, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon from Ambridge.